In a far, faraway land, mortals vie for control over a physical plane of existence. A collection of gods govern this plane, striving for balance and sharing their powers with those they deem worthy. Denizens of other planes stick their hands and claws in for anything from pleasure to power, support to domination. You are a Contra, a demigod with the power to influence and control mortals. Though still a novice, you seek to earn lasting recognition through the creation of the mightiest of all kingdoms. You haven't had much luck so far. All right, so welcome in, guys. There's going to be some really small text on the screen. I'm going to try and read it to you because there is some issues with UI scaling. But welcome. Welcome. This is Noble Fates. It's a 3D fantasy kingdom sim. It says it's driven by intelligent characters with a rich simulation of opinions and memories. Think of it like a RimWorld-esque sort of game. We played Going Medieval. That would be another thing that's kind of on top of this. But this has some interesting little quirks about it that makes it unique. We are playing as Contra, a demigod named Kieran, novice Contra. She says it's so boring here. Feels like I've been stuck in this smelly corpse for ages. Who knew the triple spines were so skilled at archery? Wait, someone's coming. Recently, 4 mortals, Wanda, Glimmer, Skitter, and Lancet, discovered the final tornadoes to seek a new beginning. This is like a randomly, procedurally generated sort of names and stuff. With your help, one will be crowned king or queen of a new kingdom this very day. Okay, so Wanda says, Glimmer, why did you leave the final tornadoes? Glimmer says, my problem is that elder weed mines crafting. Okay, so I will say this. The dialogue between characters right now is so incredibly dry and boring that it's almost not worth reading it. It's blatant in your face. So in other words, they each have their own things that they like, certain skills, certain types of clothing, etc. They like those things. And if other people don't like the same things they like, they will just flat out be super literal and tell you that's why they don't like somebody. So this person doesn't really care for crafting. They're not into that study, but somebody else that really loves it, they may have more of a problem with that person just because their interests don't align, and they will just flat out tell you, my problem is that Elderweed, another person, mines crafting. I really hope they adjust this. I really hope they change it because it is so bad that it's just not worth reading. But everything else about the game is great, so let's keep going. All right, I just didn't mind some crafting. I split because Elderweed fancies imp leather. Yeah, see, another type of material. Okay, so they stumble across our body here, or what used to be our body, I guess, with a crown on it. Lancet says, "Hey, over here." Well, 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 what's this? Looks like we've inherited a crown. Who will wear it? As a Contra, you get to choose who will lead your new kingdom. You'll have a special connection with your ruler, including the ability to control them directly. That's the really cool thing I like. Choose wisely. Those with strong negative feelings towards your new ruler will not join your kingdom. Don't worry too much about it. Mortals are replaceable. Okay, so they give you an option between these 4 characters, and some of them are each of them kind of has one person that doesn't really care for them, really. So they all have unique skill sets. Let's hover over top of Lancet for a second. Now, while I hover over this person, we can sort of see, again, it's very small, but again, that's just UI scaling. There's nothing I can do about certain elements here. Skitter and Wanda seem like they're okay with Lancet. Wanda likes Lancet. Skitter's like, yeah, I'm kind of indifferent. He's okay. But Glimmer is saying, oh God, please, no, please, anything but Lancet. Just no. And so what will happen here is that you're going to be able to have 3 out of these 4 characters, because each one of these, you can kind of see how their head goes down when you hover over top of one that maybe other people don't like. It looks like Wanda doesn't really care for 2 characters, that's very interesting. So Wanda might be the one to go here because she's going to not really care for 2 characters. I don't really care about Glimmer. Skitter says whatever. Now, we don't have to listen to them talk to know this. We can simply go over to the Your Kingdom section over here on the left, and we can see if the ruler is Skitter, then our nobles will be Glimmer and Lancet, not Wanda. If our ruler is Glimmer, then our rulers will also be Skitter and Lancet. That will be our nobles. So Wanda also will not be here. So this seems pretty straightforward. I probably shouldn't have Wanda be the leader. Now these are not like reciprocated feelings. So like Wanda might not like Glimmer, but Glimmer is indifferent about Wanda, right? So that doesn't necessarily matter. But generally, I want my 3 people to get along. So it's probably a good idea to have either Skitter or Glimmer be our leader, which is interesting because those 2 characters are, by the looks of it anyway, they're orcs. Yeah, I think they're orcs. So that's very interesting. So Skitter here, she is really into farming, logging, and cleaning. She has interests in those things. So she's going to level up a little bit easier in those things. But we have weaknesses of mining, guarding, and hauling is something she really hates. She does not like hauling things. Okay, fair enough. Glimmer here, really good at, has a strength in crafting with a thumbs up. So there's things that you're really good at, and then there's things that you're really interested at. And the multiple thumbs up means you're like really strong opinions on it. So what we want to do is try to find a collection of people that are going to fit and go well together, generally. So with that being said, normally I'd like Lancet here because somebody that can do logging really well, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get Skitter to be the leader here, just because it allows us to have these 3 characters still here, and they are kind of indifferent on it. They don't really feel too bad about it. It does look like Glimmer's not really into Lancet very much, but maybe we can change it. So we're gonna select Skitter here, and we can see the different jobs and stuff. So if I click Skitter, she's like, me. Wanda's like, really? Skitter, really? I'm not following you. So it gives me a chance to confirm this. I say yes. So Skitter will wear the crown. We now have a queen of our an orc queen of all things. Nice. Henceforth, call me, King Skitter. Okay, that's interesting. Should have been queen, but I guess sure. All hail King Skitter. Hail. Thank you. We shall be known as the Foam Gators. Okay, now I can choose to accept Foam Gators or let her think about another name. I don't know about Foam Gators. I'm going to try another name. She's like, no, hang on, that's not it. We shall be known as the Port Kitchens. I feel like it's just randomly taking 2 words and slapping them together for almost everything. So you can kind of click through the names until you get something that you like cauliflower toads. What? Yeah, so that's kind of how that works. So let me click through these names really quick until they give me something I like. Tip to devs, seriously, let me type my own. And same thing with the names of these guys. Like, really add personalization and care to my characters so that I can, like, you know, I wanna add my own custom names to things. But I'm just gonna click this really quick until I get something I like. Give me a second, I'll be right back. All right, here we go. I think we're gonna run with this. So Kingdom we should go by the Red Fireflies. I like it. So we're the Red Fireflies, and Wanda's like, I see how it is. Okay, we gotta get out of here. Bye. That rock over there would make a better ruler. I'm out of here, and I'm taking my share of the supplies with me. So this is our first decision to make as a ruler. Do we allow her to leave? If we do allow her to leave, do we allow her to leave with the supplies? Now, if I say yes with supplies, there's no reactions to this. If I say yes, but you can't take the supplies with you, well, Lancet will think negatively of that, but doesn't seem like both people are negative about that. If I say no, I'd like to detain Wanda as well. Well, okay, so now the king, her personality, the queen, I guess, her personality doesn't really go with that, so she actually doesn't like that decision either, and Lancet really hates it. And if we execute Wanda, well, now both myself and Lancet don't like it, and Glimmer's like, nah. So, because they don't really get along. So, there's decisions right away for personality's sake. I think the game is okay paced as is, and I think I understand it well enough to keep going with it. So we're gonna go with yes, and we're gonna let her just take the supplies with her. So she said, okay, never mind, go ahead. I wish you luck in your further adventures. Okay, so Wanda's gonna leave. Yeah. Okay, so this is the map, and Noble Fleets includes a guided experience to help new players start the kingdom. With it, the kingdom will experience more soft ramp up into normal experience as you progress over the first hour or two. I kind of like how they did it. There's some restrictions here that I just don't necessarily care to relive through, but I think that the way they've managed to push through the tutorial and stuff, I think is actually a pretty good way of doing it. So I do recommend you start with that off as well. I'm gonna go ahead and not have the guided experience for now, and then I can come back to it later if I have any questions for myself. But for the first video here and just to show it to you, I don't really want to be hamstringed. So we're gonna go with no, and I'm gonna pause it really quick. So this opens up every option. If you go to the guided experience, you won't have all of these options. You'll be opening them up one at a time as you progress through the story and sort of the game and stuff, but I'm gonna let it go just the way it is. So this is our map, our procedurally generated map. It's glorious. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So many trees, which is good because we need a lot of land. At the top, we have Skitter, Lancet, and Glimmer. If I double click one of them, I get centered right on top of them. Over on the left, when I click somebody, we can see an overview of who they are. Female, age 18, level 1 with experience. Their melee skill, they're based on what it currently is, the base skill. So there's also things that you can do to buff that up, whether it's weapons or other types of magic or consumables. There are things you can do and wearables as well that might up this. So you'll see a base and then also what it is total after all that stuff. Range, same thing. There's also a little negative here, and that just kind of implies that it's below average. But also, if I take a look at, so she dislikes bows, right? So Skitter doesn't like ranged combat mostly, and so that's another reason why there's a little negative there. And so if I go to, say, hauling, she really hates it. But if I was to go to like hunting, she says she likes hunting, but I guess maybe just doesn't like hunting with a bow, I guess. In any case, that's what we've got here. We also have Lancet. Same thing. You can see what they're wielding as well as their different clothes and stuff. All the stuff, it deteriorates and can go bad, just like RimWorld. Think of all the same rules that would apply in RimWorld. That's pretty much the same stuff that we would have here. Now, there's a couple of different differences, though. Rather than having a whole bunch of different individual menus that you have to select a tool for and then select what you want to do with that tool, there's sort of a dynamic tool in this. For example, if I click like this and drag, I get an option of what I want to select. Go ahead and do this. And then I get an option of just hitting E to gather, so I will. You can also click this. You can also click this to rush the commands and they'll do it right away. And this applies to pretty much everything in the game. So rather than having like a wood cutting tool, I can simply select it and hit cut. Or I can select a whole bunch of different things, a variety of different things. Like say if I want to select the October berries, I could do that and then I can choose what to do with it. Okay, so with that being done, we need to start with our very first settlement. So what I'd like to do, I think, is probably do it right over here. This looks like a nice place. It's big clearing. It's not right on the water, but so far, at least in my initial testing, there's not a whole lot I could do with the water anyway. So I'm gonna do this right here. We're gonna go to build, and probably there's not a lot I could do with the anyway because I haven't done this on my own yet. This is the first time I've tried to play without the guided experience, the tutorial. So see how well that learned me, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build, I think I kind of want a shared house, and then maybe give everybody their own shared or their own individual homes after they have their own shared ones. So maybe we'll start over here in this little clearing. Maybe right over top of this, so I don't take up the farmland as much. So we'll start like right here, and we'll go with like maybe a 6x9 right there. That's probably fine. So that's our wooden floors. We'll then switch to walls, and we'll make wooden walls as well. I'll put like a back door on this. We'll have like a front door in the front there like this, and we'll just go around like that. Okay, that sounds pretty good. We'll go ahead and let it play on. Let me double check really quick and make sure jobs are set to auto. Good. Okay. The next thing is I need to mark a whole bunch of trees for cutting. So I think we're probably going to go select the logs at first, but if I just double click the trees, you can see it highlights pretty much everything that's on my camera. So why don't we go into this area right here, zoom in the camera a little bit, and we'll just say I want you to cut like all of these. These are all marked to cut. I think we're gonna have you cut probably. That's a lot of trees to mark. Let's not mark that many. How about we just go and we'll mark just this many, and we'll have you cut those too. Okay, we need a stockpile to add things to. For the time being, I'm just gonna have that be, I think, right about here. And we could go ahead and just allow everything at the moment. I'm not gonna allow corpses, but pretty much everything else could just go right here. All right, so they have little things that they're doing right now, and their characters are going to move at the top as they do it. Take a look at Skitter really quick, and you can see that they're logging things. As they do it, things get smaller dynamically, so you have a visual representation of how much of that resource is remaining as they do it, which is kind of cool. Let me go ahead and get all of the fallen logs because they're a little bit faster. Just get all of those and just mark all of them for gathering. Next thing I need to do is find food. And food. Also, I kind of want to change this really quick. The music volume, I'm going to turn it down just a little bit, but I want everything else to be a lot louder. I want you to really hear the rest of the game, the rest of the world. So we'll see if we can't get that to be a little bit better. Okay, so Lancet's bringing stuff. That's nice. And then we're going to need probably not necessarily hunting yet, although we have a boar here, which is cool. Not necessarily hunting yet. I think gathering. If we can find some berries around here. I really can't. Let's see. If I go like this. Can I find a bush? Cotton bush. Octoberry bush. There are 6 of them in this area. And now I'm just going to zoom out and double click this. Mark all of them for foraging, so that's over there. And then I can also double click here. Nope, I want to face that way, so my camera's on this. And then we'll mark the rest of those for forage as well, I guess. Okay. So they're gonna forage berries. They're gonna do all these things, but I want to show you another little cool thing that happens with this game. If I can get to so the job system, right, works very similar to RimWorld, except there's a lot more levels. I think it goes down to like 14 or something. So you could basically have every single one. So instead of having 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then everything is a 4 and it moves this way, you have like 5 through, I think 14. You can also set limits to things as well, which is kind of nice. And if we go into learning, this is not going to be scaled very well right now, but I'm going to zoom in and show you. So you can zoom right in, so it's nice. So let's take a look at how learning works, because this is a very different system than RimWorld. In RimWorld, you have this sort of this research desk, and you go up to the desk, and you have to have somebody who's really smart go in there and just study that one thing at a time, right? But in this game, everybody's learning at their own pace, and they're all learning their own skills. So, for example, if I wanted to learn how to build furniture, and say I wanted to build wooden stools, whoever's tasked to build wooden stools, they are going to try their hardest to make good wooden stools until they figure it out. And they're going to stand there and try to figure it out until they can. Once they figure it out, then they'll try and build it, and then they're successful. That single person now knows how to build wooden stools. So you can have multiple people learning multiple things at a time and progressing on their own path depending on what they like, which is kind of nice. Okay, there's also a schedule here, similar to what you might be accustomed with. We can compare this to Going Medieval as well, although Going Medieval has those books and stuff that you get for research and stuff, so it's a little different. That's why I'm sort of comparing this more to RimWorld. I think more people will be used to that game to compare it to as well. Scheduling, same kind of deal. And then, of course, we already talked about the learning ones. Now, there's a kingdom map as well. Right now, all we know of is ourselves, and as we zoom in, we can see the various different people that are part of our areas here. With King Skitter, should be Queen, but there will be other civilizations that will pop up here. They may be hostile, they may not. They may come to visit us, they may come to rob us. We may also visit them and rob them and loot, which I think we are going to. I think the Red Fireflies, especially with an Orc King, I'm thinking the Red Fireflies are going to be kind of more hostile, okay? I feel like they're not going to be as friendly. That's just me. I mean, look at these guys. They're not necessarily having to be friendly, okay? I can do this different. Now, we're going to need some stone as well, so I'm going to go ahead and just mark this, and I can also mark all of the stone on the ground to be gathered as well, because we're going to want to have some of that too. Let's also make sure that we are gathering all of the wood here. So they have a lot to do. Like a lot to do. Skitter, can you get started on... Which one of you guys are good at building? Let's see. 0. Let's go to jobs really quick. So building, it seems like Glimmer is the only one that's, kind of okay at it. By 1, I mean, like level 1. But unfortunately, they don't like building. So I'm going to have to make Skitter the builder, and that's no good. But Glimmer really likes crafting, so when we start building other things and crafting clothing and things like that, well, Glimmer will take care of that. So name checks out. Glimmer's going to be our clothing girl. Okay, so what we're going to take, and I think I want Skitter to be assigned to building. So I think for now we'll go ahead and go manual jobs. We'll autofill, so it kind of gives it according to their skills. You can see that Skitter is right here with building as number 4. I'm going to shift you to do this. So building is number 3, logging gets shifted to number 4. And then everybody else can be logging. So like we'll have Lancet shift to actually go number 3. Because you don't need to overpower this. So Lancet should be cutting down trees constantly while Skitter builds. And then Glimmer, I guess I was gonna have you forage, but I might go with farming for you, although you don't know how to farm. We have to learn how to farm. So yeah, there's that too. We'll go and get you foraging, even though you don't like it. Yeah, you really don't like it, but I need someone else to do it right now, so that's gonna be you. Okay. So I'm going to let them get onto this. The pace of the game is a little bit slower than some of the other games you might play, and this is kind of how RimWorld is too. You need your people to physically go out and do things, and there are a lot of things to do. I can rush order the building by selecting all the floor, for example, and just hit this button here. And now whoever's assigned to building will focus this as their task exclusively. It will not interrupt anyone who is not assigned to building. So we don't have to worry about the others stopping their tasks. So we still have people foraging, we still have people gathering wood and cutting down trees, and Glimmer can go ahead and start building this. Now we also need to provide a roof for this building. So we got the structure, that's the floor, and we have the walls. But unlike RimWorld, this is a 3D environment. And as a result of that, we need to also provide a roof. So first I'm going to get doors because I forgot to do that. We'll go 1 door here and 1 door in the back. And then we're going to have to provide a roof as well. Now right now, all we can do is straw roofs, but eventually we can move on to wooden roofs. But right now it's just straw. So we're going to go here and we're just going to make the roof be like this. And that cues up the roof for this building. This is going to be where everybody sleeps for a little while. It'll be kind of where we craft things. It's going to be like our exclusive home for a little bit. Eventually, though, we're going to get some separate buildings, and I might get them to live in their own little homes. We'll see. I don't know yet. Now we have a belongings tab as well, and this kind of just shows us what we have in stock, but we also have this up at the top as well. So in the items here, we can see you have 243 wood, and this is not what's in storage. This is just what's laying around, what's available, okay? So it may take a while to actually get to that stuff. 82 berries, 54 cotton. We have 14 travel meals, which is what they can live off of until they get the berries and they get their hunting and farming and all that stuff going. We have 13 corn seeds. You can't just make a field and say, make this, that. You have to actually have the seeds to do that. And it's not just a seed per field, it's a seed per plant per field. So like if we want to say, for example, go to work, farm, and add, if I added a farm, let's say like right here, right? This is a fairly small field, but we're still not gonna be able to fill it because we don't have enough seeds to fill it anyway. So type, I can go corn, and it yields only once, and it will mature after a year. It ripes after 2 years, and its lifetime is 4 years. Now, here's the problem with years in the game. Years progress incredibly quickly, like very fast. It's like 2 days per year. And seasons last multiple years. I'm not entirely sure why they did that, but because it just makes things a bit confusing. I kind of wish they would stuck to a more traditional structure of providing multiple days and then months and then, or maybe just quarters or something like that. Maybe make it like 5 days per season, 3 days per season, and then 4 seasons per year. That kind of thing would have been way less confusing. But in this case, you're going to notice that it's like year 1 of the spring, which sounds really backwards. You would think it would be spring of year 1, but no, it's year 1 of the spring. So just kind of keep that in mind that you have multiple years when you're doing this stuff too. So I'm going to forage here, and I'm going to let this run just for a little bit because it's going to take them a bit. So if anything happens, I'll queue back in and I'll let you know. But I'm going to let this run a little bit until they get the house built and until they're not going to start farming yet, but until they get the house built and get things gathered, it's going to be a little bit slow. If you want a log of everything that people are doing, you can see all of this. Recent events will be curated in this tab. If there's any animals, you will see where they are, as well as whether or not they've been observed or whether or not they're in the pen or all that stuff. And you can physically see that they're near Skitter. So if I want to know where this doe is, I just double click Skitter. And well, Skitter's on the move. It just changed as soon as I typed it. But there should be a deer in this area because that's what the game said, at least for a little bit. Way to ruin my example. Thank you. Because she was moving as I went to click it. Boar near Skitter. So there should be a boar nearby somewhere. There it is. There's a boar right there. So every once in a while, if you're like, we need to hunt something, you might be able to go over here, but you're not going to necessarily know like this where the animals are unless one of your people are nearby and can see them. So fallen log, let's go ahead and tell them to gather that too. We need a lot of wood to build this. So I got to queue up a whole bunch of this stuff. Select evergreen and cut it down. All right, I'm going to let them go, and I'll see you guys in a second. All right, so I've got them sleeping on their little straw beds. And it's morning. First day of 350, year 2 of spring. Yeah, seems weird. Year 2 of spring. So this is too big. I really shouldn't have built or even prepped a building that was quite this large. I'm going to have them try to finish it, but we're going to rush wood to do that. So I've got the jobs category here. I've got the job section. It's autonomous right now, but we're going to change this. So I want Skitter to be just building all the time. Okay. Then I want whoever's the best at logging. I guess that would be also Skitter. But Lancet's got a green on her. He likes it. So I'm going to have him do this. In which case, then the hauling, which Glimmer does have a green at least on it. I'm going to have you do this. And so this is the workflow, okay? I've got tons of wood that needs to be hauled in. And we're going to have Glimmer going ahead and doing that. We've got Skitter, who is going to prioritize building above all else, hopefully. There we go. And then Lancet is going to be going around cutting down all the trees. And it's just going to hopefully be this big continuous thing where there's always supply to continue building. And there's always people who are hauling it as well. Now, we just had something happen. Lancet can level up. This already happened to Skitter, but I mean, just trying to get the game going, right? So this already happened with Skitter. So basically, they all are gaining experience. So take a look at Lancet. XP's right here. He's got now 1478 out of 1350. So he's going to constantly get XP, but you can also go ahead and level them up. Now, one thing I wish the game would do is it would give us more, I wish it would give the player more agency over what skills these guys get when they're leveling up, because the skills that they end up getting from this do not, they have nothing to do with what they actually did to get it. The experience they're getting is just total level experience. It's not experience in various different skill sets. So it's not like RimWorld where in order to get better at building, you have to build. In order to get better at hunting, you have to hunt. Things like that makes so much more sense. This here, we just got skill in building and ranching, and Lancet hasn't done a single thing to build the entire game. He hasn't done any ranching, of course. I've seen Skitter here, right? If we take a look at the job skills here, guarding 1, logging 1, nursing 1, right? Cleaning 2, mining 1. Like, you're just getting skills and things that you didn't actually do. So Glimmer here, he's got enough experience. Let's go ahead and level up. And we'll see what Glimmer gets from this. So Glimmer's going to get max health up, which is cool. So ranged combat went up, nursing went up, mining went up, logging went up, and foraging went up. So some of those make sense, but I mean, if you're gonna upgrade like 6 different skills, 5 different skills in one level, then eventually you're gonna hit one, right? So I'm hoping that we can get this sort of going. Like, I'm really hoping we can get this building built because it's kind of necessary. We've been living off berries for a while. And we now have somebody called the Lumpy Wanderers. We have somebody named Lumpy here. What's up, Lumpy? Aw, it's an orc. I have a plan for this. I don't have full control over it. It really does depend on what the game throws at me. But I've kind of got a plan for this. I'd like to make like the ultimate orc civilization, orc superiority civilization, where all of our orcs, sorry, Lancet, you're going to be our pet. All the orcs, they know that they are superior to the humans, and the entire colony is going to be, not, I want to say anti-human, but pretty much. Yeah, I guess I will. We'll say pretty much anti-human. Like, that doesn't mean we're not going to make friends with humans, but it does mean that we're going to try to recruit as many orcs as possible. So when you get a wanderer into your camp, you can have your leader go over and talk to them. And so Lumpy's going to help us by hauling things, which is so nice of him to try and do. Thank you for that. But we're also going to start and getting a conversation with Lumpy. So we're going to ask them what's on their mind. And again, the conversations are really dry. They are what they are. So you can basically have the conversation be anything you want in roleplay. You just make up something like, oh, well, they talked about something, and the summary, the overarching, very simplified summary of what was said is hats are crooked. Now, I can agree with you with Lumpy because my character doesn't like hats either. So I'm going to say I don't care about hats. Now, that's going to be a downgrade because when I say I don't care about something that they don't like, that's like me dismissing it. It's like me saying, well, that doesn't matter to me. And because I don't agree with them, like up front, their opinion of me drops. So you really only want to agree with them. You really only want to click options that agree with what they say. But that also might have a negative effect on anyone who can hear you, because sometimes you'll get effects that somebody else's opinion will change based on the conversation as well. Isn't orc leather worth it? Yes, I like orc leather. But we are orcs. So I'm going to let them keep going. I don't believe my character is going to do anything while the conversation takes place, so we're kind of losing working time at the moment. But we should see, trees still getting cut down. Things should still be getting hauled. We're just talking to this orc. So Monocrat Snug believes that all mortals deserve empathy. I don't have a good opinion that's going to, work with that. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and just deflect and try to get a new conversation. So I think raw beef tastes nice. I like raw beef. There you go. And so we're going to keep doing this and agreeing with what they say until their opinion is up to where they like us. And then I'm going to see if they can join us, because 3 people is not fast enough. I need to grow. So I see people deserve what they get. Neutral. Let's change their topic here just a little bit. Cooked human is bad. I don't like cooked human. They're gross. Humans are disgusting. Logging is trash, but I like logging. That's not a good idea to say. So we will deflect and try to change the subject. I think corn are for butts. Wow. I don't know what that means. I guess I don't like corn. Okay. I don't feel strongly about orc skin. Okay, so this guy really just doesn't clash with me at all, but I need help, and I want an orc to help me. So I loathe human skin. I don't like human skin either, and now they like me. So what we could do is, I just prefer orcs. I don't like orcs. Why would I say that? We could ask them to join now too. Raiding, meh. I don't like raiding. That's not what I want to say, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's gonna help me. So what I want to do now is I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna ask them to join. Would you be willing to join the Red Fireflies? Yes, I'm happy to swear allegiance to you and join the Red Fireflies. So now we have Lumpy on our team, and we can see what they like and dislike and stuff. So now we got their entire like-dislike list. That's great. So they're never going to wear hats. They're not going to want to eat corn either. Gross. But in any case, they have hunting skill, and that's really good. They actually have a really high potential for it as well. Even though they don't care for it, they don't really like it, their skills and how they pick it up, they have a high potential for it. They really don't like ranching. We're not going to have them do a whole lot of cleaning stuff, but they could maybe do some farming. What I would like them to do right now, though, is haul, and they have... meh, they don't mind. Okay, I want Lumpy on just hauling things. I need somebody that's around that can just haul things all the time. So I'm going to put this as autofill. Then we're going to switch yours to be... let's make it 3. Glimmer, we want you to go back to hauling as your main thing here for a bit. So both of you guys are on 3. Lancet, we're going to get you back to logging if we can, please. And then Skitter, go back to building. Yeah, like this. Okay, so again, we got this dedicated hauler and builder sort of arrangement here. We can get people bringing stuff into the camp. And we got ourselves another orc, which is really nice. What isn't nice is Fence is here. Fence is from the Final Tornadoes. You might remember from the story in the very beginning, we left the Final Tornadoes. That's the faction that we left, and we started anew. We finally caught up to you, Queen Skitter. Did you think Elderweed? Did you think Elderweed was gonna let you leave the Final Tornadoes without consequences? We won't rest until you pay for your treachery. Prepare to die. All right, let's pause it really quick because Final Tornadoes are here. They're raiding us. Now, we have 4 people, which is cool. And the only person we have to worry about on the first raid is just the person that was talking to us. That's Fence. Fence has a nice little axe. It's not really that big of a deal. We're going to go ahead and get all of our guys. And we're going to hit the T key, or we can hit this button here that enlists them. Just gets us ready to go for combat, right? And it gives us total control over their movements and everything for combat. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm pretty sure they're after Skitter. So, or they could be after one of these guys, but I'm going to try to like just kind of move around for a little bit and see if I can't get it to where all of my people are together to fight them all at once. Because I want to have as many people fighting them as possible at one time. So they're going to chase me down a little bit. They're kind of closing in on us. And if we can get this to where... now we're starting to surround them, right? That's what we want to do. We want to surround them like this. And then they switch to Lancet. That's okay. And then we go forward, and then we are going to attack. So let's try to see if we can't get everybody to attack this thing at once. Lancet got hit first. Ooh, wow. Wow, wow. Move. This person's strong. Lancet, get in here. They, yeah. No thank you on Lancet. Wow. Very wounded. All right, so now we're going to let this go. Now, if you might be wondering why that was so slow, 1 time speed in this game, when you hit the 1 key for like normal speed, it's actually slow speed. And that's kind of the speed that takes place during combat, so you have time to work. But normal speed is a lot faster than that, of course. So Lancet, what the heck, man? Lots of pain, low health. I need to treat you somehow. So we're going to go ahead and get you guys not enlisted. And then who has... Well, let's level up Skitter first, because maybe you'll get better medical or something. So there's the level up for Skitter. And this is actually the second time that's happened, right? So we're level 3 here now. +1 melee skill and +1 cooking. Okay. So melee skill makes sense, and that's really nice. We want people to be very good at defending themselves. So now we need to get somebody who's good at, like, tending. So, I don't even know what to look. Right here, nursing. So it's 1. And nursing, you love this. You have above average acuity for it. We could have a Lumpy do it. Yeah, let's have Lumpy do it, because you have a really high interest in it. So I'm going to say, oh. Do we just not have the... Yeah, I guess maybe we just don't have supplies for that. What's going to happen to Lancet then? He's just going to go and rest, probably? Probably. It doesn't say you have any injuries. Right? There's no injuries. You're just in a lot of pain. Now, unlike RimWorld, where everything is just all over the ground after they're done, in this game, their equipment stays on them. So we'll need to get somebody like Skitter, for example, to come over here, and we want to loot. Right? So we want to loot Fence. And this is going to kick all the stuff that Fence has in their inventory, and it's just going to throw it all out on the ground. And this stuff, again, unlike RimWorld, this stuff is fully usable. It's lower durability because of the fight and stuff, so it's only 38 durability on this. But you can use it. And so this is cloth shoes. Is there anybody that particularly likes shoes? That's a thing, man. Some people will not like shoes. Opinions. And I'm wondering if I can just... Like, can I fully see this? Dislike shoes. So no on that, okay? Does anybody like shoes? Cooked pork. Oh, loves cooked pork. Nice. Loves humans. Gross. So it doesn't look really like anybody really likes shoes. Indifferent on it, probably. Let me see what you guys are wearing right now. Yeah, you guys all have shoes on. But if you don't like shoes, then I probably should... Yeah, cloth leggings. King Skitter doesn't even like the leggings. I should probably just have them unequip it, right? Lumpy, can you go ahead and store these? And this is an arrow, so we're going to be using arrows eventually once we get bows. But that's how combat can work here. That's only the first one. It's only the initial raid, if you will. And if we take a look at the Kingdoms map now that we've met a few people, right? Elderweed is over here. The final tornadoes. We know where they're located now. But there's other factions around the map too, so we're gonna have to meet them over time as they come and visit us and things. We'll meet them. The first visit we got was from a Wanderer. They don't really have a faction, so now we've given them a home when they otherwise wouldn't have had one. So it's looking to me like we can't quite get the farming thing done. Lancet has farming skill, I thought. Let me just... God, I'm never going to get over the fact that I have to go to, like, jobs and stuff for this. I probably should just click the jobs tab every time just to see. So, Lancet, farming skills. So, it looks like the clan leader is, like, the best one for the skill. They have a lot of green. There's a lot of skills here that they're green and that they like. As long as they're not hauling, they'll be fine. You can also get them as the cook as well, because they're decent at that. Well, they like it, but their potential is low, right? So, like, even though they like the skill, they're not very good at it. So that's something to keep in mind, too, is that just because they got a green number doesn't mean it's a good thing. Where this one here is a really good thing. Glimmer should absolutely be doing all the crafting, because they like it, and they have a very high potential. So that's going to improve their mood, and they're going to level up a lot faster. Okay, so yeah, we have that extra person now, and we can get people hauling, but we need another bed. So let me just build one really quick. Furniture, beds, straw. And then we'll get Lumpy to just build your own bed. So that you can, you know, go to sleep. Where you at? They're so far away. Like, all the trees we cut down are so far away. I don't even think they're going after... Well, they are. They're going after all this wood here. Let me just uncheck this. I don't need you going this far out to get stuff, okay? I want you to focus on the things that are really close by. So why don't we just select these, have them cut urgently. Select these, have them cut urgently. Yes, have them all cut urgently, please. All of this wood here can be gathered. It's much better for you to gather it from here. And then we've got these little tiny pieces of wood and stuff that need to get hauled. Let's have that marked as hauled urgently too. So all this wood, I want you to haul all of this to this storage as soon as possible, because we need to use it for construction. It's taking forever to build this. Now, how are their items right now? If I take a look at their equipment, so 25 quality, 100 durability on the crown. I don't think that ever gets worse or gets bad. Durability is 59 on the tunic, 59 on the stone axe, 21 on the cloth leggings. So, I mean, stuff is getting worn out, and we'll need to make more eventually too. Also, the stuff is deteriorating while it's sitting out here. So as soon as this building is done, we're going to move this stockpile into this building. And that was another reason why I made this so big, is because I knew I was going to put storage on the inside too. I don't know. I guess I figured it was going to be easier to make one big building than it was to make a bunch of little ones, but I didn't anticipate them taking forever to build the floor. It's a lot of resources, you know? Like, 6 wood per tile on the floor is quite a bit of resources. Especially when you only have one person building. It'd be nice to have another builder, but I only have one person that's really good at it. Lancet. Actually, Lancet's good at building. Okay, good. So ranged, cooking, nursing, and crafting. Cooking is a good one to have. We probably could look to hunt things a little bit. Let's go heat, fire pit, and we can put a fire pit like maybe right here. We can use that to cook things eventually over time too. I am going to make the walls the next big priority on the build, so we'll go ahead and do that. And they should be hitting the floor, but now they're also going to be tackling the walls at the same time now. We got another wanderer right over here, and this time it is a human. A human with a glorious beard. Well done. But it's still a human. I want to try my best to see if we can just do this with only orcs. And then there's Lancet. He's kind of like the Ellie. Was it Ellie? From Ice Age, the second Ice Age movie. I forget what her name. I think it was Ellie. But the second Ice Age movie, there was this mammoth that thought she was a possum. And that's kind of Lancet. Lancet's a human, but he thinks he's an orc, and he, you know, we all just accept him as a brother. He's a weird one, but you know, he's still one of us. So okay. Now we have the fire pit here. We can add tasks to this. We can light as needed. Yes, as needed. And we can add tasks for food. I would hope that we get different options over time, but basically we can cook beef, breacher, human, imp, orc, pork, and venison. We won't be cooking any orcs. Although I think lore-wise, orcs did consume other orcs. So, like, I watched Lord of the Rings. That's the way it was. That's gonna make so many people cringe. Wait a minute. Wait. His understanding of orcs is limited to watching Lord of the Rings. Oh no. Lancet, I'm gonna shift you away from logging here for a little bit. We're gonna have I think we're gonna have Glimmer go back to logging. Yeah, we'll have Glimmer start some logging. Lancet, I'm gonna shift you to be building. And I know you don't like it, but you're decent at it, and we're gonna have you help. So that should hopefully help. We have one hauler now, one woodcutter, one chopper, if you will, and then now 2 builders to help this. Pops. Pops is a noble of the Wide Bubbles. Oh, good. Wait, they're called the Wide Bubbles, and your name is Pops. That's awesome. Best Strongness, I'm here on behalf of Monocrot Snug and the Wide Bubbles. I'm interested in what you're up to here. May I stay for a while? Absolutely. Enjoy your stay. So Pops is here. Now this it came in bigger than the Wanderer, right? And that's because this one's part of a faction. Not a Wanderer, it's an actual faction, the Wide Bubbles. If we go back to the Kingdoms tab, the map's going to show us where these guys are. And we can see that the Wide Bubbles is here. Their leader is Monocrat, and the leader is Snug. And so far our alignment is pretty good with them. You can see their leader is an orc. So we want to make friends with these guys. They just happen to have Pops with them, who is a human. But we're going to be understanding because their leader is an orc. So you are going to be our friend. So I am not going to talk to them so much yet. But I am going to just allow the leader to build just for a little bit longer. We got lots of wood much closer now with this whole like somebody cut, somebody haul system. And I think there's probably enough wood around the map here to where we could have 2 haulers at the moment. So let me just really quickly do this. We're going to take Glimmer and I'm going to bring you off of logging and back to 4 on hauling. Yeah. So now you'll haul before you log. So if there's nothing to haul, then you'll log again. But now you should both be on hauling. And we should just have a bunch of wood being brought to this pile for us to continue building with. Okay, I want to... her name is Wally. Okay. This is the Wanderer, though. Now, it's possible... I saw this in testing anyway. It's possible for Pops, who is a member of the faction, if I do not recruit Wally and these guys talk and have a good relationship, Wally might get recruited by Pops and then leave the map with Pops. That would be awesome to see. I don't really have an interest in recruiting the human, so that'd be kind of cool. Their skills are poor. I mean, they're Wanderers. They don't really have a whole lot of skills as far as we can tell. Pops, on the other hand, is a little bit more leveled up. Has 5 building. Wow. Can you help me with that, Pops? I wonder if I can steal Pops. The human, though. I really want to do orc only. I don't know. It's probably not going to happen. I don't know how many orc the game will give me. Oh, wait. Here we go. Who are you? Oh, hey. What's up, Drip? Drip. Hey. Somebody named Drip. The Wanderers. Another Wanderer. Go talk to Drip. Sweet. Hello, orc friend. I did not notice you sitting here, eating my berries. What's on your mind? There's no right and wrong. That's a very neutral statement, actually. I'm gonna say neutral. I feel that people should stand by their friends. Yeah, okay. He likes me already. That's cool. Nothing tastes as bad as cooked human. Oh yeah, I don't like cooked human either, man. It's gross. These are real gross. There we go. I just prefer me some crafting. Yeah, I like crafting. Sweet. Cleaning makes me happy. No, I don't like that. Oh, I do? What? Since when do you like cleaning, Skitter? All right. So he likes me, right? And that's good. So what I'd like to do... Oh, I don't like shoes either, actually. I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that one. The next time he asks me something that I don't agree with, I'm going to pull away and... yeah, there are a few things worse than raiding, but only a few. I don't like raiding. I do. I want to. Yeah. Hunting is good. I like hunting. Wow, this guy's like dream come true here. All right, so I'm gonna say that I like cooked venison as well, and that's good. We're gonna call it a day. So like we really like each other now. This is good. All right, so I'm gonna pull away from this conversation, and I'm gonna ask them to join. And they're like, "Yeah, man, I'll totally join you." And so now all of their stuff just becomes our stuff. Nice. Another orc joins our clan. Beautiful. Oh, that works. I totally missed the fact that Drips was there. So now we got Wally over here. Still a Wanderer. We have tons of wood here. And the building is almost done. I'm wondering why it's not getting... Can you build the door? Oh, I didn't prioritize the door. Yeah, I got to prioritize the doors. Okay. So now they'll go ahead and build the door. Now, Drip, what are you good with? You got a lot of green. I like this. You don't like hauling. You know what? We got other tasks for you. Like building, but you have very low potential. Like cleaning and cooking and hunting later. Yeah, okay. Mining, we should probably get you on mining too. Now, mining is mostly for stone. We needed some stone for the fire pit. Later on, mining will be good for iron and copper and stuff as well, but we have a lot of that scattered around. So like this is just like little particles of copper everywhere. You gotta watch it though. Sometimes a pile isn't copper. Sometimes it's scat. Yeah, you heard me correctly. It's scat. Yes, they leave droppings all over the place. Sometimes larger than other droppings, and you want to watch for that too. So sometimes it's copper, sometimes it's not. Yeah, it's like our own version of don't eat the yellow snow. Pops is helping us haul things. That's great. So Drip, what are we gonna have you do? Because we have kind of need to get you going on this. So I think a number 1 here is good. Can do nursing as number 2 for you. For logging, you're good at it, so we can put you as number 3 on that for now. Since you're not gonna haul, you can log. In that case, we can make sure that we don't have to worry about any logging, I think, for... Let's bring the logging down to 5 here, and then we'll put farming at 4 for you. Because I would like to get started on the farm. So Drip's going to go ahead and do some logging. If that doesn't work out, we can put you... We'll put you on crafting, and then hunting, and then... actually, you know what? Foraging should be after logging. And then maybe you can cook if that's necessary. You really like cleaning. I think that's a good idea too. Maybe we'll put that ahead of crafting. And then we can pop ranching in there too and mining. Okay, so you have your tasks, go. But you won't be hauling, which is fine because you don't like it. Okay, so the walls are done on this building. Now, we have a roof to build too, and I can go to the visibility tab here and scroll down and find roofs and click it. And so this is what our building will actually look like once we get it built. And so now I'm going to just click this and make sure that they are ready to rock here. Now, I have a randomize. This is interesting. If I randomize 54... Oh, I can change the colors of things too. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I wonder if I can do this after I build it, or if it's only, can I do this after I build it? Oh, cool. So that you can just customize the way it looks anytime. That's awesome. And then the top piece here, we have certain patterns. You could even pattern this. Like I could rotate it a certain way and just have, I don't know, have them. I mean, obviously there's no organization to this right now, but oh yeah, we definitely don't want to do that. Yeah, but you see what I mean? Like you can actually customize this a little bit later, which is awesome. Cool. So hopefully they get on that. Now now that I've prioritized it though, and we can see them start to actually build it, we do want to go ahead and turn this, nope, roof, not rooms, roof here. I do want to make more beds. We have 5 people living here, so we need more beds. So furniture, beds, straw, and put in a 5th bed. We also have a couple of other needs that we're going to need too. So I'm going to build a crafting table. We're going to go to work, benches, and crafting. We can also do a butcher table too because we have somebody that has level 1 building. But for now, we're going to place a crafting table. I'm going to place it right here in the corner. We're also going to, because this is going to get roofed very soon, I'm going to shift the stockpile, and we're going to put the stockpile, whoops, let's expand, add. No, I want to, oh, I thought I could expand it. I'll just destroy it, it's fine. We're going to add, and we're going to change this to be, let's go like this. And then the stuff that needs to stay inside, so food, gear, miscellaneous items, maybe prop crates. The resources can stay outside. We can bring the seeds in too, I guess, if we want to. But this we're going to have this be priority 1. So all the stuff that needs to stay inside so it doesn't deteriorate, they should bring it in here now, as opposed to this one, which will accept everything, but it's a priority 5. And then this one doesn't accept resources, so they should put the resources here anyway. I don't know why corn seeds are ignored. It makes no sense. All right, Wally is leaving. Bye, Wally. Thanks for coming by. Glimmer, can you quickly make this bed? There you go. So that's it. We've got 5 orcs. We've got a building that doesn't quite have a roof, but tomorrow it will. And we're going to get started with farming and stuff here too. So I think Skitter is going to actually start on the farm because you like that. You like farming, and we want you to get started on that. So I'm going to shift you off of building since we have other builders now. Let's put Lancet. Yeah, Lancet will build the roof. You can start on farming right there. You can start that tomorrow. We're going to have this be corn. We don't have a whole lot of seeds for corn. Well, we don't have a whole lot of seeds for corn. That's right. Maybe we have seeds for other things. Let's see. Pumpkins. We have pumpkin seeds, 7 pumpkin seeds, 9 cotton seeds. I wish I could like sort this by seeds, you know? I do love the way RimWorld allows me to sort items, especially when you mod it. Definitely better. If you're wondering, this is a queue, and then this is what you have. So this is what's up. So currently right now we're queued up to gather 22 wood. We're queued up to cut 46 trees, etc. And then this is what we have in storage. No, what we have available on the map, not in storage. So there's 884 wood. Sorry, 896 now. Scattered around within our range to go and get right now. So there's a lot. Yeah, so I'm going to look at maybe getting... What's our seeds here? Coins. So we have 20 October berry seeds. Interesting. So maybe I get another farm set up over here. Not a stockpile. Farm can get like another farm maybe right here. And we'll have this one be the October berries. Skitter doesn't like this, but Glimmer and Lancet are good with it. Skitter doesn't like corn either, though. So I mean, we can't really please the king unless we go with meal beans, which we can't yet. Growth rate is 100% in the spring, 75% in the summer. And yes, there's winter, and it's not a joke. Let's put Octoberberry here. All right. So, Skitter, next morning, we're going to go ahead and have you, you're going to go farming and do all that kinds of stuff. It's going to be good. And we're going to continue on with this. Now, if you would like to see more, we're going to wrap the video up here. If you'd like to see more, click the link down in the pinned comment down below. And we're going to pick this up from first day of 351, year 3 of spring. Yeah. We're going to pick this up from there in a live stream that's available on the channel starting probably right around the time you see this video. You can check the link down there. There'll be a countdown, and it'll tell you what time it is. You can come by, hang out with us there, ask questions, and we're going to continue this live for probably about 4 hours or so over there at the live stream. So, and if you guys really like it and you want me to keep going, we can do additional videos or streams of it too. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. This is Noble Fates. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.